Assalamu alaikum children. Welcome to the science class for the grade 4. This is lesson number 6, Plants Living and Surviving part 2. In the previous video we have seen the habitat. What is habitat? In that we have seen natural habitat, terrestrial and aquatic habitat. Okay, in the natural habitat we have seen terrestrial habitat and aquatic habitat. In the terrestrial plants we have seen some plants that grow in the plains and in the rainforest. Okay, in today's video we will see the plants that grow on the mountains. So children, high mountains become very cold during snowfall. So the high mountains, they get snowfall, okay, and it becomes very cold. So examples of plants which grow in mountains are fir, pine, cedar and spruce. There are some trees found in the mountains. The mountain trees survive in the cold conditions by showing the following adaptations. So these plants which grow in mountain in the cold conditions, in the extremely cold conditions, they show these adaptations. Children, we have discussed about the adaptations. What are adaptations? The changes which plants make in themselves to survive in a particular atmosphere, in a particular weather or climate, to survive, which changes they make in themselves, they are called adaptations. So we will see the adaptations which are made by the plants which grow in the mountain. Conical shape of the trees growing on the mountain. Here you can see the conical shape trees which are found in the mountain. Here the trees are straight and tall. They have conical crowns. The conical shape of a tree causes the snow to slide off easily without damaging the tree. Here you can see the when it gets snowfall, the snow slides away from this conical shape. If a tree is the round crown or different shape of trees which you can see in other regions, these trees, if they get snowfall, then snowfall will deposit at all over the tree, but because of its conical shape it is sliding down. Okay, this is the adaptation. Then they have tough needle shaped leaves. It is difficult for snow to accumulate on the narrow needle shaped leaves, protecting them from frost. Okay, here we have seen this conical shape. It makes the snowfall slide away. Then the needle shape thick leaves, here you can see needle shape thick leaves, it won't allow the snow to deposit on that. Okay, this is also one type of adaptation. Instead of flowers, trees here have cones that contain seeds. So instead of flowers, these trees will be having cones. Okay, these cones contain seeds. Apple, walnut and almond trees also grow in snowy mountains. These trees have round crowns. However, they shed their leaves in winter. So actually snowfall occurs in winter season. So here it is saying that in the winter season, the apple tree, walnut tree, almond tree, they also grow in snowy mountains. But especially in winter season, these trees shed their leaves. So if they are shedding their leaves, then no possibility of collecting the snow on that. Snow cannot cover the leaves. So this is adaptation. This is in the spring season, and apple tree in different seasons. So apple tree in the winter season without leaves, apple tree in the spring season with the full of leaves, and in summer season with the fruits. Okay, now we will see plants that grow in the desert. See, this is desert area. What is the main feature of desert area? It won't get sufficient rainfall. It get very little rainfall or no rainfall. Well, there will be scanty rainfall. So no rainfall means there is no possibility of greenery or growing the dense forest. No possibility. So that's why these deserts are arid, dry and hot. Okay, so plants that grow in the desert, acacia, also called babool or kikar. Have you heard the babool tree or kikar tree? Hmm? Uh, its fruit will be like thorns only. Huh? So acacia, also called babul or kikar, cactus and date palm are mostly found in deserts. Let us find out how they survive in the hot and dry climate of deserts. So here the dense vegetation is not possible in the desert, but then also some plants grow in the desert. But which plant grows, they make some adaptations in themselves to survive in this hot and dry region. How to live, how to survive in this dry and hot region, then they make changes in their body. So desert plants have small leaves. First adaptation is given. Desert plant have small leaves. Then how do you think this help desert plants? How this adaptation helps? Most plants lose water through the stomata in the leaves. See, if the leaves are big, fleshy, so through the stomata, transpiration takes place, loss of water. So in deserts, there is scarcity of water, no water, shortage of water. So smaller leaves help the desert plants to retain the water by minimizing the water loss. So if leaves are small and sharp like thorns, so here transpiration cannot take place, no loss of water. In desert plants, cactus, the leaves have been modified into spines or thorns. In the cactus plant, leaves are modified into thorns. Okay, so it helps the plant to prevent water loss. It also discourages animals from eating the plant. So because of these thorns, animals cannot eat it and there is no water loss. The cactus stem is green, thick and fleshy. The green stem carries out photosynthesis and stores water from the plant. A waxy layer on the stem helps reduce loss of water. Okay, here the stem involved in the process of photosynthesis because leaves are modified into spines. Desert plants have roots which spread deep into the ground in search of water. The acacia and date palm tree have such roots. So these trees will be having very deep roots in the earth in search of water. So deep in the earth in the desert there is possibility of water. So in search of water their roots grow very deeply. The date palm trees have strong and hard leaves. This helps them to survive in hot and dry deserts. Here we will see plants that grow in marshy areas. Marshy areas have clayey, wet soil. Water does not drain out from the soil. The soil becomes very damp and lacks air. See, these are the mangrove trees, means in the marshy areas. Trees in marshy areas remain submerged in water. Submerged means partially dipped in the water. Their roots do not get enough air. Mangrove trees have adapted to grow well in marshy areas. Their roots grow out from the sides and help the plant to breathe. Such roots are called breathing roots. The Sundari mangrove trees are found in marshy areas of Sundarbans. So examples of marshy areas trees is Sundari trees. Because of the Sundari trees, this forest is called Sundarban forest. Okay. Now plants grow in coastal area. Children, what is coastal area? Coastal area is actually the land beside the sea or ocean. The land beside the sea or ocean, that is called coastal area. So in this area, how the trees grows? The weather in coastal areas is hot, wet and windy. The soil is sandy and water is salty. So the trees growing in coastal areas are tall and straight. As you can see, they have a crown of giant feather-like leaves which allow the wind to pass through. The coconut trees grow in abundance in coastal areas. So mostly at the seaside you might have seen the coconut trees. Okay, so they are adapted to these climatic conditions at the coastal areas. Okay children, so that's it for today's video. In the next video we shall be discussing about aquatic plants. So till here we have completed the terrestrial plants types, like plants in marshy areas, plants grows in coastal area, plants grows in deserts, in the mountains, on the mountains, on the plains, and in the rainforest. In the rainforest types of plants also we have seen. So in the next video we will see the aquatic plants and their types. Till then, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.